If we are to see that decision of the AFP not to immediately implement the arrest, I think it was in a long time coming, because it started way before that, when first the president proposed a coalition government with the one avowed enemy of the state, represented by the CPP, NPA, NDF. And many of the members from that sector actually joined the cabinet. I'm pretty sure it was not a very popular decision, and I'm sure, although quietly, it split the military. Secondly, the president made pretty clear his intention to pivot away from the Americans, our longtime allies, and have a closer relationship with China, and even to the detriment of our interest in the West Philippine Sea and the favorable arbitration ruling. Third, the president, in his support of a revolutionary government, coursed through the DILG, was proposing a shift to a revolutionary government, which unfortunately the military and the defense establishment roundly thumbed down. And lastly, in each of his visits to the military camps, he was publicly and directly ordering and enlisting the military to join the war on drugs, which of course they did not. And if you all see all of this, these have been at varying levels. These were a rebuff of the president coming from the military defense establishment. And what does this say of the military? This is now a military that has been drummed and indoctrinated into the concept of civilian control over the military, over the primacy of the rule of law. And this is a byproduct of our legacy from a martial law military to one that has gone back to democracy under the operative principles of the 1987 Constitution. And clearly, we see the benefit of that kind of socialization. And I give a lot of credit for the military defense establishment by continually behaving as if they were the adults in the room.
But looking at everything, now saan naman po maaaring nanggagaling itong hugot ng presidente? With everything that's going on, do you see any reason for the president to be worried about his soldiers?
Well, you know, some people right now, I have a chance to discuss with them certain things. At this point, probably we should not be worried about those thoughts being translated to action. Negative actions, for example. But there is that. Remember, it took, 21 years for the thoughts on Marcos to evolve into February 22, 1986. That's a long time.
Gestation.
It started that way. So now there are already expressions of concerns. But in my estimation, it is not yet evolving towards something that you and I will be worried about, like seeing tanks in our streets. No?
Malayo pa po tayo.
Malayo pa tayo dyan.